We have a Young Walter Scott Prize, which celebrates writers age 11 to 19 who want to try their hand at historical fiction. So I'm always interested to speak to writers like yourself and see, do you have any specific advice for young writers who want to write historical?
One of the things that's essential in all fiction is to make it plausible. Why is your character observing their environment? There's a sort of a technical issue of, if it's an environment that they're fully familiar with, then things that might seem picturesque to us won't seem picturesque to them. And it's necessary to find a way for the character to observe plausibly what's going on around them and inform us. And I think it often helps to have an outsider, and especially an informed outsider who's both deeply familiar with the world, but has a reason, in a sense, to have an internal monologue with themselves about what they're seeing.
You have to write from the heart. So what I would suggest is read a lot of fiction, a lot of not fiction, history, particularly the original documents, if you can find them. There is some magic about hearing the actual voices of those people of the past, like in Elizabeth MacArthur's letters. And don't start writing until something leaps out at you, as a couple of phrases leapt out of MacArthur's letters, and you think, yes, that's it. That's something where I can bring my own experience to bear on that.
Live in that world and convince the reader that you know how an ordinary person's day runs dawn to dusk. What do they see, hear, smell, taste, touch? If you could get your 5 senses working for you historically, you are home.
I would say, I think the thing that I wish I'd known when I started writing is that you don't have to begin at the beginning. Beginnings are hard. It's hard to kind of set out your stall and find the perfect first line. So I would say just write. It doesn't matter. You can start in the middle, you can start at the end. Just put down words and try and inhabit as much as you can your character. And don't worry too much about details. You can do the research as you go along. You know, what you need to know will be revealed to you in the act of writing. So just get the words down on paper and worry about all the details later.
The first thing I would say is write about what you're curious about. You know, the thing that elicits a question in your mind that you want to answer. But also in terms of historical fiction, the history is only half drawn. And as fiction writers, we can draw the other half. And I think that's our job, actually, as historical fiction writers very often, is to draw what has not been drawn by the historians.